Hey, CelebSip fam, it's your girl Doreen back again with another juicy sip from the world of celebs, fashion, and music culture. And today, we are celebrating one of the most beautiful and most talked about announcements of the year. The Queen herself, the one and only Rihanna, has officially welcomed her third child with her longtime partner, $AP Rocki. And this time, it's a baby girl. Yes, Navy, you heard that right. After blessing the world with not one but two adorable little boys, Rihanna is now officially a girl mum. And because this is Rihanna we're talking about, you already know she didn't just drop this news quietly. No press release, no casual paparazzi shots, she announced it in true Riri style, with a heartfelt Instagram post that instantly lit the internet on fire. In the post, Rihanna cradled her newborn daughter, and next to that sweet moment was a pair of tiny pink boxing gloves. The caption introduced her to the world, Rocki Irish Mayers, born September 13th. Now let's pause on that name for a second because it is peak Rihanna and Rocki. Their daughter carries her father's stage name, $AP Rocki, except spelled Rocky with an I. It's playful, it's stylish, it's unique, and it ties beautifully with her brothers' names, Riot and RZA. Together, Riot, RZA, and Rocki form this trio of names that feel like a little hip-hop dynasty in the making. The internet, of course, went into overdrive. Within 2 hours, Rihanna's post had over 5 million likes. Fans were crying tears of joy in the comments, some writing about how excited they were to see her finally have a daughter, others making memes about Rocki already inheriting her mum's shade-throwing skills. One comment that stood out went viral. Rihanna gave us Fenty, she gave us Auntie, she gave us the Super Bowl, and now she gave us Rocki. What did we ever do to deserve her? The Navy, as always, knows how to put feelings into words. Now let's rewind a little because Rihanna's journey into motherhood has been one of the most fascinating transformations we've witnessed in pop culture. Remember when Riri was just that fierce young artist from Barbados who stormed onto the scene with Ponder Replay? Fast forward nearly 2 decades, and she has reinvented herself as a billionaire mogul, fashion icon, and now a mother of 3. Her love story with $AP Rocki has been just as much of a cultural moment as her music and her business empire. The two were friends for years, swirling in the same music and fashion circles, teasing the media with their chemistry long before they went public. And when they finally confirmed their relationship, fans felt like they were witnessing history unfold. In 2022, Rihanna shocked the world by stepping out in New York, wearing a vintage pink coat with her baby bump proudly on display. That was her way of announcing her first pregnancy with son, RZA. It wasn't some carefully staged magazine cover, it was street style. It was candid. It was Rihanna being Rihanna. That single walk through Harlem with Rocki changed how celebrity pregnancies were announced forever. Then, in 2023, she topped herself again by performing at the Super Bowl halftime show, dressed in a red bodysuit, revealing her second pregnancy mid-performance. I mean, who else could pull off one of the most viewed live performances in history while casually letting the world know she's expecting? Nobody but Riri. This year, she brought the glamour to the Met Gala. Walking the blue carpet with her growing bump on display, she wore an outfit designed specifically to celebrate her pregnancy. When reporters asked about it, she smiled and said, "It's time to just show the people what we were cooking up." That's Rihanna for you, always making her milestones part of her art. Now, with Rocki's birth, it feels like a full-circle moment. 2 boys, and now a little girl, completing what feels like a perfect family unit. For Rocki, who has been absolutely vocal about his love for Rihanna and their kids, this must feel like a dream. We've seen him in interviews gushing about fatherhood, talking about how much joy his sons bring him. He even mentioned once that raising children with Rihanna was a blessing beyond what he ever imagined. And if you've ever seen the way he looks at her on red carpets or even in paparazzi shots, you know this is a man deeply in love. Of course, it hasn't all been smooth sailing for Rocki. Earlier this year, he was on trial for allegedly firing a gun at a former friend, a case that grabbed headlines everywhere. The trial ended with him being found not guilty, and through it all, Rihanna stood by his side. She even brought their 2 sons to court, turning what could have been a grim media circus into a show of unity and family strength. That moment was powerful. It wasn't just about Rocki's case. It was about Rihanna showing the world that her family comes first, no matter the circumstances. Now let's talk about the cultural impact of Rihanna's motherhood journey, because this isn't just about celebrity baby news. Rihanna has redefined what it means to be a celebrity mum. For decades, Hollywood painted motherhood as something to be hidden until the big, glossy magazine reveal. Rihanna flipped the script. She made her pregnancies public art statements. She wore couture gowns with her belly out, styled baby bumps with jewelry and crop tops, and turned what was once considered something to cover up into something to flaunt. And the representation this gave, especially to black women, cannot be overstated. She showed that pregnancy is beautiful, powerful, and glamorous, not something that sidelines your identity. Now let's not forget, this baby news also comes at the same time Rihanna celebrated 20 years since her debut album. That's right, it has been 2 decades since Music of the Sun dropped. Fans online marked the anniversary with tributes, playlists, and of course, the ongoing chant for R9, the elusive 9th album that has become the Navy's favourite inside joke and greatest wish. Rihanna's last album, Anti, came out in 2016. Almost a decade later, fans are still playing it on repeat and still waiting for what comes next. Every time she gives us an update, she teases just enough to keep the anticipation alive. But now, with 3 kids under the age of 5, plus billion-dollar businesses to run, you have to wonder, where does music fit in? And speaking of those businesses, let's sip on Rihanna the mogul for a moment. Fenty Beauty changed the game forever when it launched. The shade range was revolutionary, forcing the entire industry to finally pay attention to inclusivity. Savage x Fenty turned lingerie shows into groundbreaking cultural events, celebrating every body type, every gender expression, every walk of life. Forbes has estimated her net worth at over $1 billion, making her one of the wealthiest women in entertainment. And the beauty of it, she did it her way. She built an empire that reflects her values' diversity, boldness, and authenticity. So now Rihanna is balancing motherhood with being the head of a global fashion and beauty empire. She's got Rocki, Riot, and RZA at home, Rocki by her side, and an entire empire that runs in her image. It's a balance that most people couldn't even dream of managing, but somehow she makes it look effortless. That's the Rihanna effect. So what's next? Well, if there's one thing we've learned about Rihanna, it's that she doesn't move on anyone's timeline but her own. Will she drop new music soon? Maybe. Will she expand her empire into new industries? Probably. Will she continue to surprise us with cultural moments that no one else could pull off? Absolutely. Because Rihanna isn't just following the script, she's writing her own. And as we wrap up today's sip, I just want to say this. Rihanna's story is bigger than celebrity gossip. It's about a young woman from Barbados who became one of the most powerful forces in music, business, and culture. It's about rewriting the rules of motherhood in the public eye. It's about love, family, resilience, and joy. And now, with Rocki Irish Mayers joining the family, the next chapter of that story is just beginning. So CelebSip fam, what do you think? Do you love the name Rocki? Are you one of the Navy still waiting for R9? Or are you living for Rihanna the mom and mogul era? Let me know in the comments, because you know I'll be sipping right along with you. And that's the sip for today. Rihanna has officially expanded her family, and the world couldn't be happier. This has been Doreen, your host, bringing you the hottest sips in celeb life. Until next time, stay fabulous, stay curious, and keep sipping.